Thanks for joining us. I'm here with Max Morange from the Bellingham Food Bank for our Toast of the Town, a celebration of community resiliency, presented by First Federal. The Food Bank is being recognized as an outstanding organization, and this particular recognition is sponsored by Phillips 66 Ferndale Refinery. So thank you, Phillips 66. Max, tell us a little bit about the Bellingham Food Bank in general.
Bellingham Food Bank is Whatcom County's largest hunger relief organization. We serve both residents of Bellingham and then also partner with a dozen or so other hunger relief organizations that serve individual communities.
We've all been through an interesting year. That was 2020. And so how did you adjust your services and address the challenges that came with the pandemic?
Guy, it was really sort of a complete reversal in terms of how we delivered our services to the community. Previous to the pandemic, we had a shopping style food bank that allowed people to come into the food bank, take as long as they needed, and shop for what they wanted to take home, just like you or I would in the grocery store, or anyone would for that matter. Once the pandemic hit and we recognized that not only were our core of volunteers largely vulnerable themselves due to their age or other factors, but we just couldn't have as many people as we historically have had in our building at one time. So we shifted to a dispersed distribution method, pre-packing boxes of both perishable and non-perishable foods, bringing them to those other locations, and then having a drive-through method of serving people. We kept that up, and then thanks to lots of collaborations within the community, we were also able to initiate packing boxes for a home delivery program that ultimately reached about 1,000 households in Whatcom County every week.
So one of the items that was brought up in the nomination specifically for the food bank was this farm to freezer program. So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Farm to Freezer was just an incredible opportunity for us to really work with partners in the community to make something awesome happen. It's a collaboration of multiple different organizations that were focused on food security first and foremost, and wanted to support farms whose local markets have been devastated by the pandemic, and at the same time build inventory for food banks and hunger relief organizations all throughout Whatcom County.
What are other achievements that you are particularly proud of from this past year?
This past year, I think what we saw is half of our staff going to working remote, those who had to be on site working there, trying to coordinate around a complete disruption of supply chains for both food banks and for many of us are the way that we get food, and shifting from an organization that primarily distributed food that was donated to us or that we received from hunger relief distribution organizations, regional ones, to essentially having to buy everything that we gave away. We were able to accomplish that because of the support of our community, which was just incredible, unsolicited outpouring of support. And I'm really proud as well of our staff and all of the volunteers who were able to stay with us for just spinning on a dime and figuring out new ways to do things, new ways to pack boxes, complete change to our operations, and still serve people in need.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Max, for everything that you do and everything that the food bank does. The Chamber's proud to recognize the Bellingham Food Bank and specifically the Farm to Freezer program and the incredible work in our community this past year.
It's really a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching, and thank you again to our sponsor, Phillips 66 Ferndale Refinery. Stay tuned for more Toast of the Town videos brought to you by our presenting sponsor, First Federal.